I just love Corridoras. I mean, how can you not? Just look at those guys. I kept many different types of Corys and I always keep getting back to them. I was also breeding them and it was always fantastic experience. And I always enjoyed creating tanks just for them. So today I will create another one. I will try to create a tank that fits specifically into their needs. This is my Anubias Dreamland for Corys. This is the tank that I will be using for this build. It's 45 by 30 by 30 centimeters and holds a little over 40 liters of water. On top of it, I'm placing this Aqua EL LED light. It's not a light that I would usually use for the tank of that size, so normally I would use something like this. But I want to try this out. It shouldn't be too bright, which is good for both Corridoras and Anubias plants, and I'm hoping it will create kind of a cool shimmering effect on the substrate and the hardscape. You will see later what I mean. And here you can see my collection of driftwood that I have available. I selected only bigger pieces with the best details. I need a lot of it because I want this build to be quite hardscape heavy and tall at the back of the tank. Besides, I'm going for Anubias only build, and that means that I will be attaching plants to the hardscape rather than planting it in the substrate. Talking about the substrate, this time it's super easy. As I don't need any nutrient-rich substrate, I will be using this smooth river sand. Just the thin layer of it will do just fine. It's very safe for Corys and they like to sift through it looking for food. So, just like that, there you go. This was the quickest substrate work in history. But now the real challenge begins. I need to build something from the pieces I have available here. You might notice that they have slightly different colors, but this is because some of them are new and the rest was already used. But they will look exactly the same after a few weeks. So my plan is to build a high wall of driftwood at the back of the tank. And this is because I want to achieve few things at the same time. I need the good places to put all the Anubias. I want my Corys to have a lot of big hiding places. And lastly, I want a lot of swimming space in the front. So it's all about the fish. And after a few tries, this is what I got. And I'm quite pleased with that. It really ticks all the boxes I have mentioned, and I think that it will look really great once I put all the plants inside. But before I start planting, I need to do one more thing. I need to secure all of it with cotton pads and cyanoacrylate glue. Okay, and done. So we are ready for planting. As I mentioned before, all of them are from Anubias family. It's best to start from the biggest ones and slowly to move to smaller types. So at the beginning I will cover the filter with this beautiful Anubias hastifolia. Next, to fill the gap right here, I will use this big Anubias coin leaf. I'm not using anything to keep them in place, just pushing them into the gaps. Those plants will attach themselves quite quickly. And the other side will be balanced with Anubias minima variegata. Okay, I think it should be good. And just like that, the main part is done. It already looks much better. Now I can move to smaller types and work on the detailing, starting from few pieces of Anubias nana here and there. And finally, Anubias paxing glued to small pebbles. Those will go directly on the sand. With all the plants inside, the build looks much more complete and consistent, and this driftwood structure looks more natural and almost like one big piece. And it's kind of hard to believe that this is only Anubias and few wood pieces. As a final touch, a few pebbles here and there, so Corys have something to explore. And I'm done. This is not really super detailed aquascape, but it wasn't meant to be. It has a lot of swim space, great substrate for Corydoras, big and darker hiding places. Yes, it was supposed to be pretty, but mostly it should be perfect place for my Corys. I just hope that they would like it as well. And few weeks later, here we are. There are already 8 panda Corys in the tank and they are doing fantastic. The tank is exactly how I wanted it to be, and Corys behave as predicted. They are super active, have a great appetite, they swim together in small schools using all the space available to them. But they also like to hide from time to time in those shaded areas. I really believe that they feel great in this tank, and this was exactly the point. I'm very curious how this tank can develop. I will give it a lot of time because the plants are slow growing. I will keep the light quite low to control the algae growth, but also because of this shimmering effect I have mentioned at the beginning. See how cool it looks on the sand and on the plants? In general, I would like to keep this one for quite a long time and let it really mature, you know? And I want it to be quite wild with a lot of Anubias and roots growing in it. I guess I will have to wait and see what happens. And I'm not gonna hide, I will also like to try to breed those cuties right here in the tank, in natural style. Can I succeed? Well, it's a story for another video. So, if you don't want to miss it, please consider subscribing. And if you liked that video, please leave a like, it really helps me out. But for now, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.